Welcome back to our deep dive into the world of mathematics.
Glad to be back.
Today,
Yeah.
we're turning our attention to one of the most brilliant minds in history, a man whose discoveries still ripple through our world today, Archimedes of Syracuse.
I know, right?
You provided us with an excerpt from his Wikipedia page, so let's see what fascinating insights we can uncover about this ancient genius.
It's really amazing to think how someone from the 3rd century BC could have such a lasting impact
Yeah.
on fields like, calculus, engineering, and physics. I mean, his work truly transcends time.
Okay, so let's unpack this starting with his background. Archimedes lived in Syracuse, Sicily, during the 3rd century BC, a time of great intellectual ferment in the Greek world.
And Syracuse was right in the thick of it. It makes you wonder if the atmosphere of intellectual curiosity surrounding him, helped shape his path.
Yeah, it definitely makes you think.
Right.
While the details of his early life are a bit fuzzy,
Yeah.
we do know that some historians believe he may have been related to King Hiero II of Syracuse.
Yeah, though Cicero, a Roman orator, suggests that he wasn't actually born into a high-ranking family.
Interesting. It seems like there's still much to uncover about his personal life, and we can't forget about his father. Archimedes himself mentions in the Sand Reckoner that his father was an astronomer named Phidias.
Oh, wow, a family of stargazers. It makes you wonder if those nightly discussions about the cosmos, sparked Archimedes' lifelong love of math and science.
It's fascinating to consider those early influences. Now let's jump into what Archimedes is perhaps best known for his incredible inventions. First up, the Archimedes screw.
Oh, yeah, this one's still used today for moving water and other materials. Imagine a giant screw inside a cylinder that, when rotated, can actually move things uphill. It's amazing.
It's incredible.
And revolutionized irrigation.
Yeah, the impact on agriculture and engineering must have been enormous.
Oh, absolutely.
Some sources even claim that an Archimedes screw was used to launch the Syracusia, the largest ship of its time.
Oh, wow, I didn't know that.
Now for an invention with a bit more, well, destructive power, the Archimedes claw.
Oh, yes.
This was a weapon designed to defend Syracuse against enemy ships.
A true engineering marvel.
The Archimedes claw sounds like something straight out of a movie. What does this tell us about the technological capabilities of the ancient Greeks?
It really highlights how advanced they were. Picture a giant crane-like arm
Wow.
with a massive grappling hook hanging from it. When dropped onto an attacking ship, the claw would swing upwards, lifting the ship right out of the water, potentially even sinking it.
Wasn't there some debate about whether the claw actually existed? I feel like I remember reading about that somewhere.
You're right. While some ancient writers mention it, there have been modern-day experiments to test its feasibility, and it seems like it did work.
Oh, wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, I have to ask about the heat ray. Is this one real or just a really, really cool legend? The image of Archimedes using mirrors to focus sunlight and set enemy ships on fire is epic.
The heat ray is definitely more in the realm of speculation. While it captures the imagination, modern attempts to recreate it haven't been entirely successful. However, it's interesting that this idea persisted for centuries.
Yeah.
What do you think it says about the awe and maybe even a little bit of fear that Archimedes inspired?
He was certainly a figure who sparked both wonder and perhaps a touch of apprehension. All right, it's time for the classic story. Archimedes and the Eureka moment. Everyone knows the image of him in the bathtub having a sudden realization about buoyancy and running through the street shouting, "Eureka! I have found it!" But what was he actually trying to solve?
He was tasked by King Hiero II with determining if a crown was made of pure gold or if the goldsmith had cheated by mixing in some silver. The catch, he couldn't damage the crown, so melting it down to test its density was out of the question.
So while taking a bath, he observed how the water level rose as he got in and had a flash of insight.
I love that story.
Yeah.
Such a classic.
The volume of water displaced is equal to the volume of the object submerged. And that, my friends, is how Archimedes' principle was born.
And what a principle it is. Not only did it solve the crown problem, but it also laid the foundation for our understanding of buoyancy, a concept that's essential to shipbuilding and so much more.
It's amazing how a seemingly ordinary moment can lead to such a groundbreaking discovery. But this is just the beginning of our exploration of Archimedes' genius. Stay tuned because after a short break, we'll dive into the remarkable discovery of the Archimedes Palimpsest, a medieval prayer book that concealed lost writings of this extraordinary thinker.
Welcome back. Before we move on, I can't stop thinking about that Eureka moment. It really highlights the interconnectedness of observation, experimentation, and problem solving.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. That seemingly simple realization about displacement has had a profound impact on science and engineering for centuries. But as you mentioned before, the break, there's another incredible chapter in the Archimedes story that we need to explore. The discovery of the Archimedes Palimpsest.
Oh, yeah. It's a story worthy of a historical thriller, this 10th century prayer book. turned out to contain erased, overwritten text, what we call a palimpsest,
Okay.
and hidden beneath those prayers were lost works of Archimedes.
It's like something out of an Indiana Jones movie, a lost treasure trove of mathematical and scientific knowledge just waiting to be rediscovered.
Exactly. And what makes the palimpsest even more special is that it reveals writings that were thought to be lost forever.
Wow.
One of the most notable works found within the palimpsest is the method of mechanical theorems.
That's the one where Archimedes lays out his method for using what he called indivisibles, almost like infinitely small parts, to solve problems related to areas and volumes, right?
Yes, he imagined dividing a figure into these infinitesimally small sections, which allowed him to calculate areas and volumes with incredible precision. It's fascinating to see how he was grappling with concepts that would later form the foundation of integral calculus.
It's mind-boggling to think he was working with these ideas centuries before Newton and Leibniz. It really emphasizes the sheer brilliance and foresight of Archimedes. But how did this document survive for so long? What's the story behind its journey from ancient Greece to modern-day discovery?
Well, the parchment spent centuries in a monastery library in Constantinople before eventually ending up at the hands of a private collector. For years, its true significance remained hidden.
I can't imagine owning a historical artifact like that and not realizing the incredible secrets it held. How was the palimpsest finally revealed for what it truly was?
In 1998, it was sold at auction for over $2 million. Thankfully, it was purchased by someone who recognized its potential value to the scientific community. It's now housed at the Walters Art Museum in Baltimore, Maryland, where researchers continue to study and decipher its contents.
It makes you wonder what other historical treasures might be out there just waiting to be found. And to think without this lucky discovery, these lost works of Archimedes might have remained hidden forever.
Absolutely. And it's not just the rediscovery of lost texts, it's the opportunities to delve deeper into Archimedes' thought processes. We see how he approached problems, his methods, his moments of insight. It's like being granted a glimpse into the mind of a genius.
It's incredible. We've talked about the inventions, the mathematical breakthroughs, and now this lost and found story fit for a Hollywood movie. But what does it all mean? What's the lasting impact of Archimedes on the world, especially in mathematics?
That's the truly exciting part. Archimedes wasn't just a brilliant mind, he was a catalyst for scientific progress. His discoveries and inventions laid the groundwork for so many fields we know today.
He really set a high bar for future mathematicians and scientists. I mean, we're still talking about him over 2,000 years later. And it's not just about remembering his name, it's about the influence he's had on our understanding of the world.
Precisely. Think about how the Archimedes screw is still used today for pumping liquids and solids, or how his principle of buoyancy is fundamental to our understanding of how ships float. His work on levers and pulleys forms the basis for countless machines we use every day.
And his contributions to math, from calculating pi to working with spirals and even tackling the concept of infinity. These weren't just abstract exercises, they helped shape how we think about and interact with the universe.
His legacy extends far beyond specific formulas or inventions. It's about the power of curiosity, of questioning, of applying rigorous thinking to both practical and theoretical problems.
He really embodied that spirit of scientific inquiry and the pursuit of knowledge for knowledge's sake. So what stands out to you as the most important thing we've learned about Archimedes so far?
Oh, that's a tough one. There's just so much to choose from.
I know, right?
But
It's incredible how one person could achieve so much.
yeah,
If I had to pick one thing that stands out to me, it's his relentless pursuit of knowledge and his dedication to rigorous problem solving.
I completely agree. Archimedes wasn't content with simply finding answers. He was driven to understand the underlying principles, the why behind the what.
Exactly. He didn't just invent the Archimedes screw. He meticulously figured out the principles of leverage and fluid dynamics that made it work. And the same goes for his mathematical proofs. He wasn't satisfied with just stating a theorem. He laid out the logical steps demonstrating with precision why it was true.
And that meticulous approach to problem solving is a legacy that continues to inspire mathematicians and scientists today. The rigor and clarity of his thinking, the way he connected seemingly disparate ideas, that's what makes his work so timeless and influential.
It highlights how math and science are not just about memorizing formulas.
Right.
They're about exploring the universe with a sense of wonder and a thirst for understanding.
Absolutely, and that sense of wonder is contagious. It makes you want to dive into those ancient texts to grapple with the same questions that fascinated Archimedes centuries ago.
It certainly does. Now, before we wrap up, I have a challenge for our listeners. We've talked about how Archimedes applied his knowledge to create practical inventions. But what if we turn that around? What if we take a modern-day problem and imagine how Archimedes might have approached it?
That's a fantastic idea. It's a way to engage with his legacy in a whole new way.
So listeners, here's your assignment. Pick a problem, big or small, and put on your Archimedes hat. Think about the principles he used, the questions he asked, the creativity he brought to his work. You might be surprised at the insights you discover and the solutions you come up with.
And who knows, you might even experience your own Eureka moment along the way.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the life and work of Archimedes. Until next time, keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep that spirit of discovery alive.